we have something else to talk about, which is the sacred flag. Now, of course, there are many sacred flags, depending on where you come from. Your national flag is sacred, usually. That's the main thing. While we in England, apparently not so much, because Nike Football have decided to come out and tell everyone that your flag is dog shit. We're going to change it. Oh, no, sorry. This is a playful update to the St. George's Cross. Ah, right, I misread. No, it's not. For people listening, what we're looking at is they've taken the English flag and they've given it the bisexual colours because... and then they put that on the back of the England kit.
Who did this, sorry? Was it Nike?
Communists.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess probably communists.
The audacity.
Yeah.
The temerity. Who gave them the green light to even dream of doing such a thing?
So here's the England kit. As you can see, the 3 lions and the Nike logo there and the shorts. And then they've done, oh yes, the English flag is on the back. It's now bisexual though. It's like, okay, right. What the hell is wrong with you? Because, I mean, overwhelmingly, the responses are just people being like, leave us alone. Go away. This isn't playful. Highly
Look, there's the good father, Calvin Robinson.
Yeah. I do love one of these responses. There's a playful update to the Nike logo. There you are. If you wish to get your clothes done, there it is. A family member of mine did send me a playful update to the Palestinian flag, which, so there's that. But the most funny response, I think, came from a local woman respecter, Joey Barton, of course, who even has it in his bio there on either side. And he just says here, well, trying to sneak the woke gay communist nonsense into the English football team. There we are. Which, I mean, he's right.
That's so funny. He sounds like a kind of average sort of shit poster, like on a forum, woke gay comment. Like, you would have thought like Joey Butt, like a mainstream, former footballer would be saying gay communism.
Get your gay communism off my shirt.
Yeah. I love this. It'll be to appease all of the lesbians. That's just like a funny set. Like, it'll be to appease the lesbians. Of course,
I told you, he's a woman respecter. He is a fine lover of women.
I didn't realize it was a bisexual flag till I saw that. So thank you, Joey, for that.
Yeah. For people wondering, the bisexuals, they have their own flag as well as all the men and women they could ask for.
The thing is about Barton is he's just a bloke, right? I mean, I think he's convicted of some reasonably serious crimes.
Hey.
But beyond that, I think
that's his brother.
What?
His brother.
Oh, was it? It wasn't Joe Barton himself. Okay, I apologise. Anyway,
unless there's other crimes.
His takes. I thought he had to have an ankle thing on at some point. Maybe it was his brother. I don't know. Wasn't following it closely enough. But his general commentary and things, he's just a bloke, right? He's just a normal dude who's saying what pretty much all normal blokes think and say.
Yeah.
So it's a very good indication of how a lot of people think.
So, I mean, this is a big cock-up for Nike, right? I mean, this is just bad PR, bad community management, not fun for anyone involved. I mean, I do have to notice just something real quick, which I don't really know why. Maybe I'm being paranoid, but it's me. Is that I noticed that every one of the people being used were black, which makes me wonder. And you might think, okay, well, a lot of footballers are black, but then at the same time, the kind of people who are obsessed with gay communism are also obsessed with race communism. So, no, call me paranoid, but I think that's probably an aspect in there too.
Well, obviously, yeah. It's obviously deliberate, isn't it? But there's no white guy in the advert. But and the flag as well, the claim was that it's based on the training colours of the 1966 team. I don't know if you're going to get to that, but it's tenuous, wasn't it? It's like, it's also the
do I believe you?
Flag. Yeah. And we're also, you could argue we're all too like trigger happy because we've seen so much of this stuff and we're going, oh, this is woke. It's like, no, it's a tribute to our heroes. But it's like, but it's not, is it? You ruined the flag and it looks an awful lot like that bisexual flag. And,
Everyone's like, I'm not buying it.
The thing is,
just anyone is like, no, not having it.
Dream of buying it. Obviously, the England kit is often red. So the red bit, that's fine. But never pink. No. Never blue and pink. So that is just clearly...
But you are right to
nonsense.
bring up, I do have this back of the small voice in the back of my head occasionally, which is like, am I being a schizo? The other day, me and Michael, we were checking out W.H. Smith's and I was posting some stuff. And Michael had this moment where he's reading the revision books for GCSE, right? You know, the ones. And he's like, revision for history. And the back of his head went, they're revising history there. No, it's revision for history.
Yeah. We get these. I had a thing, my parents were trying to say, oh, watch this series on Netflix. I was like, well, I'm skeptical. I'll try it. First 5 minutes, woke casting, turned it off. I'm like, he wouldn't be with her. God. And then I thought, have I gone too far? Then I asked my mate, and he texted me. I was exactly the same. He literally done the exact same thing. I was like, either we're both sort of sickos or we're right.
But this is the level of madness, is that you think in the back of your head, oh, maybe not everything's mad. And it's like, oh, God, even this is.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt the video, but I just want to tell you about our merch store because we get a lot of people asking how can we support you beyond signing up to the website, and the merch store is the best way. So if you'd like to support us, go over to the website and check it out. Thank you very much.
So I thought I'd go on a trip with you lads. Now we're going to go all around the world.
Can I say one more thing just before you do that? Is it?
Sure.
Have you noticed this? The normie, because what's annoying about this flag thing is, it's easy for us to be parodied that we're outraged, and the normies have really leapt on it because the Conservatives even posted today from their X account. There's only one St. George's cross. I said half your party probably thinks it's a hate symbol, but also Emily Thornbury and even Starmer said, yeah, St. George's cross. Even Emily Thornbury, famous for attacking the flag and having to resign about it, has come out and said, "Come on, we don't mess with the flag." So it's become a thing like the normie people can latch onto.
They're trying to win the vote back there.
Yes.
For people who don't know, Emily Thornbury is this Labour MP, the left wing, who came out and tweeted an image of the national flag of England in someone's house with, I think it was or something underneath. And it was just like, okay, that's what you think of us.
Disrespectful or something like that.
Yeah.
And she actually ended up resigning, but now she's out there saying, it's our flag, how dare you mess with it? Because she's got the message from Starmer, who's got the message from Blair, embrace the flag.
But speaking of flags...
I was just going to say one last thing. It's interesting what stuff breaks through to the normies or, or breaks through to the popular consciousness, right?
Yeah.
I mean...
Really random almost.
Yeah, it seems to be. Orwell said something like, if there's any hope, it's with the proles. It's a very middle-class condescending thing to say, but nonetheless, quite true, I think. If they only became conscious of their own power, like a horse shaking off flies, it'd be the simplest thing in the world. Say, no, the St. George's flag, there's no problem with that. We love it. There's no problem. Don't make it bisexual.
There's no need.
We don't want you to.
But let's go on my adventure, shall we? Let's travel around the world. We'll start off. We'll fight around the world. We'll start off with Blackpool, in which there's been a crime. Someone has defaced the precious sacred flag. And this is really the sacred flag of the country, because as I'm pointing out, the English flag is not something that is taken with any care. Instead, this is Blackpool's rainbow zebra crossing defaced with graffiti. That's a crosswalk for the Yankees. As you can see here, this is the design. They decided to take a zebra crossing, which is strictly regulated according to the highway code, and not care, and just shove this through it.
And the fact this is Blackpool, if anyone doesn't know, I mean, it's the least likely place for this. It was near where I'm from, growing up in the north. The excitement was getting an awful stick of rock that breaks all your teeth. And that was like a good thing. And that's like the highlight. And it's the last place you'd expect this bollocks to reach. So it's kind of, I'm amazed Blackpool's going to put up with this, but they kind of haven't, as you say, because someone defaced it.
Because there's the strip in Blackpool, for people wondering, sort of like a crap version of the Las Vegas strip.
Really
extremely
and cold and wet.
Yeah. But I really like it.
We love it.
I went there and I really enjoyed that. And it's got, there are families, which is weird to see, English families, which is like, seeing unicorns these days. And then there's the rest of the town, which is utterly dilapidated. And that's where you'll find the rainbow flags.
Yeah, I've been to Blackpool once. I really quite enjoyed myself. Yeah, it was a fun day at the seaside sort of thing. One thing I'll quickly say about that is there's the rainbow flag, right? Which is LGBTQ plus whatever. And then there's the other thing.
And then there's the expanded edition.
Aren't some of the expanded colours literally like paedophile stuff?
So
one of them about like child love or some crap.
Some of them are explicitly. This one is a little more coded. So you'll notice the white, pink and blue stripes. Now those officially are meant to be for transgenderism and asexuality or something like this. The white one there. So the blue and the pink though are interesting because the person who created that flag said that they chose specifically very pastoral pink and blue because it reminded them of children, which a lot of people hear that and think,
yes,
I'm not sure I like that.
Get back, Satan. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, so I can't say any more than that,
right.
But the person did say this, so there we are. But the BBC write, the vandalism came after one town leader said there had been some negativity on social media towards the putting up of this on the crosswalk there. Blackpool Council said that their new thermoplastic graphics that reflect the Progress Pride flag brightened up the area in a show of solidarity with the long-established LGBTQ plus community. Because, of course, that community goes back to the Danelaw. They've been there long-standing. What? It's just silly. But in case you're wondering, apparently they spent 35 grand on that.
Nice.
How's
That's the entire net worth of Blackpool, by the way.
There's about 15 years' salary in that place.
I always think it's weird when you get the numbers of how much these things cost. It's again like Brewster's Millions. They've deliberately tried very, very hard to spend as much as it's possible to spend. How is that 35 grand? Can you get some guy to do that in an afternoon
really
for 50 quid? Like, how's that not more than 50 quid to get that done?
Yeah.
So we'll get to Reading later. It's where I used to live, and I did a freedom of information request with the council to find out how much it cost for the one they had. They spent £1,000. So yes, they got ripped off. Blackpool got bigly ripped off. In case you're wondering, that specific council, Blackpool, they are in £211 million worth of debt. So they do have money to piss away. Yours. Right, moving on. We have councils, Blackpool's council over here. They're proud about it. They got community noted, which was funny. Important information. Painting over zebra crossings in the rainbow colours is considered dangerous and illegal. Right. So there's that. It causes problems for the visually impaired, guide dogs. It also causes confusion with drivers, especially foreign ones. There's additional problems. Horses, especially police horses, hate them.
Yeah.
They refuse to even walk over them, so that causes a problem. And then there's the legal problem, which is they're not in the highway code. So legally speaking, there is a very good argument for the fact you don't need to give right of way to pedestrians. So if you ran someone down, it would be their fault. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, well, yeah.
If for no other reason than death. So there's that. In case you're wondering, here's the location. So you can go and see it. And as you can see, this is Google Street View before it was put in. And as you can see, it is horrible. Disgusting. How would you know how to use this?
I told you I was from near here. It's even called Dixon Road. See, these are my people.
I suppose it is. But as you can see, that's the original.
Yeah.
Is that really in need of change? Is that need of spending 35 grand on shite?
35 grand. I do
That
not.
car, even with the rain on, that car he'll be going across it just like that. Now he knows that he can do it with impunity.
Yeah.
Callum's told him death pass.
And it's
Well,
like,
I'm not recommending you do that. Do not take me to court. I'm saying that is a legal argument that is out there and is yet to be tried, but there is an argument for it.
and right in front of a church as well. Do you think that would be deliberate? I'm sure there's many zebra crossings
Community
they could have
centre.
chosen. I don't know if that's.
Oh yeah, this is where you start to go. Is it me or is it them? Am I paranoid? But it is right in front of the church. Yeah, mind you, the church probably painted it knowing the way the church is going.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
maybe.
But these are all over the UK, which I find funny because as you can see, this is the one in Reading. But also, if you'd pop over on Google Earth, you can see how it used to be. And it's like, yeah, this hasn't actually made the area better. It's a few grand down the drain for what? Political messaging.
Yeah.
That's
And
what it
the
is.
old gaslighting argument is, why are you lot so bothered, gammons, right? But someone said the other day to me about the football. It was like the rainbow shoelaces in the football. My mum was getting annoyed about it, and someone else in my family, let's say, was like, "What? I don't know why everyone's so worked up about it." It's like, why did you have to do it then? Why did they have to put in all the rainbow laces if it's not a big deal? Why was money spent on it? Why is there a campaign? It's not us that are bothered. You felt this was important. You being the FA or whoever. So,
If it's not important, why is it sacred?
yeah, right.
Why is it something we will have to respect? Because as you can see here, this is in Portsmouth. This one here, which if you hover over, you can see. Oh no, you can't on this one. But this one has been here and is again literally who gives a toss. Just frankly, like why did you need to do that? This is in a place called Godalming. I butchered that. No idea.
Godalming.
Why did this need to be done? Another 35 grand, I presume. Well spent.
Do you think there's many people, actual homophobes, that were going to go out and do a sort of a gender or sex-related hate crime?
Gonna go beating up gays.
Yeah,
And then I saw that.
and then they saw that and they changed their mind. Oh,
yeah.
actually,
They are
No.
people too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Never mind. It turns out I love lesbians. Got all their films. But London, of course, this is an area in London which has 4. You can see there's 2 there, and then there's 2 on the other side around there. But one thing I love here, I believe we can do this on this one. Yeah, you can see how it used to be a whole 1 year ago. All of these are very recent, you may have wondered. Because as you can see on Google, oh no, this one's 2015, this image, where you can see that there's nothing, and it's functional. No one was dying, and now you've made things more complicated.
So
London-
Dulwich.
Yeah, Londonderry. This is in Northern Ireland. They decided to spend 22 grand on theirs for reasons, which I assume is about 100 years' salary in that place. There you are. That's 22 grand. That. A few strips of paint.
I wonder, because, some places in London that are massive, they've got massive Islamic populations, which aren't necessarily into that message particularly, or perhaps in Northern Ireland where they're very Christian. Again, not necessarily the first audience you'd think of for that sort of thing. It's just imposed on them by their councillors, I suppose, by the council and the councillors. It's just, you're having this now. We don't care what you think or how you feel or your opinions or views or anything. It's just done. You just wake up one morning and it's happened.
Well, speaking of Muslim countries, we shall now move to Germany. Now, as you can see here, this is a place in Germany that's very famous. Many of you may recognize it. I'm just showing you the road. We'll get back to that. But as you can see, there's this big old bloody statue in gold up here. Now, this is very famous because my understanding is this was put up after the Germans beat the French. And then after another war with the French, where they won, they just added one more block. So that block there is just them taking the piss. They're like, yeah, I'll beat you again. And then obviously they lost the big one and are very
Was
sorry
that the War of
this
1870 or something?
Yeah, the Unification War.
Okay,
Whatever
right, yeah, it would
that
be,
was.
1871, yeah.
But as you can see, this is just a road. And again, perfectly functional. Well, the Germans are not to be outdone. They've done this, as you can see. They've colored it on both sides, the progress flag, over the entire, well, I don't know what part of the road you'd call that, intersection? I don't know. Driving.
German roundabout.
Yeah, but as you can see, they've also added the intersect circle,
Nice.
because of course it is eternally to be updated. The Ukrainian parts to be added later. But it's not just us, of course, the Australians, they had to get on this. This is a shopping mall, as you can see.
They have
Oh.
Westfield in Australia, okay.
Literally impossible to cross the road here. Well, don't worry, we fixed it. Now you can. And you can be gay about it, presumably, or intersex, or trans, or black or brown, which are those two stripes there. Nothing to do with homosexuality on that one. That's just, do you have brown skin? Now, why have I shown you all this? Why have I taken you on this little journey?
Because you're obsessed.
I'm mad. No, I wanted to show off that this is something that you rightly point out, for most people, is sort of like a joke. It's a comedic thing. And then a certain group of people, this is sacred. This is part of their religion. It's something so serious they must cover every crosswalk in all of the world. From London to Brisbane, we must put these things up so people can, I don't know, what,
Oh, are they doing
show
it?
off their opinions?
Are they doing it in Damascus?
Not
Are
yet.
they doing it in Riyadh?
Not quite,
No?
for some reason. But for some reason, here,
Interesting.
I will invite people to go and have a look at the participants at this opening because they are pretty weird looking. I don't know why they cover themselves in sheets, but that's a whole other.
Imagine coming to
situation.
the opening of some paint on the floor.
But
You can't even cut a ribbon. What do you do? Like, well, there it is. Cost us 20 grand.
the reason I,
Enjoy.
the reason I
Some
bring,
horses died here.
the reason I bring this
Some
all up
people when some cars carried on driving.
is we've gone over this many times. It's just one of many of the ways you can propagate your ideology. The propaganda of your ideology you need to put up. And well, some naughty boy has decided to take what I gave some. No, I didn't give advice to do this. Actually, I take that back. Law. Someone has gone out and done this. Some naughty boy has found some zebra crossings in the UK and has
Oh,
gone and put the English flag on them. Okie dokie.
Nice.
That's a thing that I can't officially endorse. But as you can see here, someone else was mentioning a lot of people have started doing this.
Hmm.
Because if we're going to engage in some constructive vandalism, some people have decided this is the way they shall do it, which is they're just going to put the English cross over them. Sorry, potentially sensitive content. That's what that's been labeled now. The English
The England
flag.
flag, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Make it the bisexual flag.
It's a very interesting way because I've mentioned before, in Eastern Europe, it's quite common for vandals. Now, vandals in Eastern Europe, quite a lot of them are quite nationalistic. So when occasionally it does happen, like you're saying, a rainbow situation will be set up in Belgrade or whatever, and what they'll do is they usually do it on an underpass or something. And there's some footage, which is amazing, where some Serbian nationalists went down and drew the Serbian flag over the
Mm.
rainbow flag, and that's how it has remained and will remain. And they know that's how that works there.
Nice. I've seen a few clips in America where they'll have something like that, and some guy in his pickup truck just does a sort of a rolling burnout across it.
But that's
Big black lines across it.
but that's destructive vandalism. So you've got people who hate this, and that's their destructive response. And then constructive response is to instead
Yeah.
just do the exact opposite. For the chap who did this, I mean, a bit amateur on, obviously the lines are quite squiggly, so that needs sorting out. But otherwise, the point there is interesting.
His heart was in the right place, if not his paintbrush.
As you can see, the bad man online is advocating that people do this to roundabouts, which I don't advocate. That's terrible. But to end this off, just to make that point, to show people that this is a real thing. This is in Serbia. You'll find it all over the place. As you can see here, just parts wherever they can do it. Serbian nationalist vandals go out and vandalize the place by making it look good with a flag. So there you are. There's some funny stuff written on that wall. Don't worry about it. They're Serbs. So that's that.
I think Serbia is a little bit of a special case, you might argue, with the history
Nationalism.
of Yugoslavia and Croatia and the breakup of the old Yugoslavia.
Mm.
The various parts of it, as you can't really blame them in all sorts of ways for becoming quite fervently nationalistic. If they were sort of forced not to be for decades upon decades, when they were finally allowed to, they become sort of extremely proud of their national colours or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But there we go. The flag, it's sacred. For us, maybe not for others at Nike. And if you see people doing that in public, of course, I would advise you to take pictures of it and then totally forward it to the police and not us.
Hi folks, thanks for watching. If you'd like to support us, you can go over to lotus.com, sign up for £5 a month, and this gives you access to our vast library of premium content, such as this example, which is Stelios' Symposium series, in which he is discussing the meditations of Marcus Aurelius. And if you want further updates from us, you can go over and follow our Twitter account at lotuseaters_com.